Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the another episode of On the Road show. I'm your host, Vedad, and joining us live today from Kutztown, Pennsylvania, Mr. Omar Altheyabat. Omar, welcome to the show. How's it going, brother?
Thank you, Vidal. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you and see you. We will always talk on phone, so it's first time we talk face to face with you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, brother. Did we not have any opportunity to meet face to face before? Like, this is truly the first time?
Yes, this is first time.
What a way to kick the show off, right? How's the situation in Pennsylvania? I see that you're currently waiting on a load, and I see that we're working on one already. But how is it over there?
It's good. The weather from last day, night start raining until early morning, but we do it our load. I drop off in early morning, in 6 a.m. So I came here to Sheets. I'm parking here, get my breakfast, relax a little bit, and I wait to another load.
Right. Yeah, I was actually checking the forecast yesterday. They're saying east is going to have issues with winds. There's going to be a bit of a snowstorm up north and active rain patterns. Kind of a tough situation up there for the beginning of this week. Omar, I want to share a bit of information about you to all of our viewers out there. So Omar has joined BHX in July 2021. So not in about 3 months from now, it will be your anniversary as well. So great job on that. He lives in Roanoke, Virginia. He's 44 years old. He was born in Iraq. And I want to ask this, when did you move to United States?
Yeah, I moved in November 2018.
Oh, so about 3 years ago, a bit less, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But the first 3 years, I have a job. Stick with them until I get my retirement. I work with the United Nations there in Iraq operation for more than 9 years with them. So I still stick with them 18, 19, 20, and until I get my retired in 2021.
You have made a very interesting decision right there at the point of retirement. You decided to do this career to be a driver. How did this decision come? Where did it come from? What influenced the choice?
The most important thing for any man is the family. So always the family is the main thing in our decisions. So I left everything behind there, my parents, brothers, sisters, friends, my job for something better to my kids and my wife. So my wife managed to still here with the kids for a couple of months until I came back. I still come between Baghdad and US for 3 years. So after that, I make my decisions. My decision is so difficult to leave them for 6 months or 5 months alone here.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking as someone who spent 11 years in Middle East, I've been to Kuwait, I've been to UAE, I've been to Saudi Arabia. I kind of, I understand that the culture, the tradition, the everyday life over there. When you move from that part of the world into United States, obviously that change comes with a lot of challenges. What were the most challenges that you faced when you moved to United States with your family?
For me, it's not very big challenges because I work with the U.S. with let's say U.S. forces for a couple years there, so I'm very close to them culture and their traditions. I have very close friends in my city in Roanoke, so I don't came to this city without anyone, without any friends. So when I came, I don't feel I'm very strange from this tradition. But the challenges came with my wife, especially. My wife is covered. Yeah, and first time she's coming to. I travel a lot, but she's not travel. So she came step by step. She heard something about the covered women here and Muslim face difficulties when she's shopping, when she go to the hospitals or any places.
Mhm.
But step by step, she's not faced anything. Alhamdulillah, all people is kind, all people is very helpful. So it's going smoothly, let's say. My
That's very
kid,
good. That's very good. Is
yeah,
community in Roanoke very warm and welcoming to the new people who come from the outside?
yeah. Honesty, yes. Very, very, very honest. Very, very good people. Very helpful. Very kind. We let's say it's zero problem we face there. Zero.
Very
And
nice.
for my kid, the bigger one, I have two kids. Muhammad, when we came when we came in 2018, he's been the first grade. So from Arabic schools to the U.S. schools, it's this is the main challenge I face it really. But his mother keep with him and very good teachers also.
Mhm.
He passed these challenges and now he's going very, very well. Alhamdulillah.
Awesome. Awesome. I
Yeah,
mean, making such decision in life and moving away from your home country, especially out that far, it
yeah,
kind of all makes it easier when you have a good community and they're welcoming and willing to help and let you adapt. So that's of course
yeah,
a great thing to have at your disposal. Omar,
yeah,
you have
yeah,
been on the road for nearly a year now. We said
yeah,
in July it's going to be your first anniversary with
yeah,
BHX. I want to ask this: you have been with
yeah.
us all over the country.
Mhm.
How's your impression of this job, and how's your impression of BHX as a company? What like how does it look like from your perspective? What do you love about your job the most? What are the challenges that you face, and what's your view on the company? Are we on the right path? Are there things that you think might might be necessary to change? Give me your point of view on these things.
Yeah. When you start in any work or any job, you face difficulties, you face challenges. But really, when I start work, absolutely, it's my friend. He been make it more easy to me. I don't, Ahmed Dar Nasser is my best friend here, and he explain everything for me before I start working. So I'm
How long do you know Ahmed?
Ahmed almost 2 years. Yeah. Before he lived in Roanoke, so we start there. So I think I'm lucky in that point because he explained everything for me, every small point. He very good teacher. And also I remember first trip for me to Canada. He also on phone with me step by step. So and another thing is make it easy. I'll be very, very honest. All dispatchers, it's very friendly, very close. You don't feel strange from the first load I take it until today.
How does the
You know,
about the role of BHX dispatchers, since you mentioned them, how do you see their role in your process of adaptation to your new job and the challenges that you face? Have they been
yeah.
helpful enough in that sense?
I think helpful. It's small word for what they do. Really, it's you feel like you have really brother. Not we when we write brother in the SMS. Not just writing. It's mean that. I
Sure.
feel have a brother. I feel have very close friends, always with me, 24 hours. Anytime I need, call them for small thing, for big thing. Always I found someone help me. And another thing I want to tell you, I'm really surprised about it. When let's say when I stuck in some area and the weekend, I received minimum two calls when I without load in truck stop. We looking for, you're waiting a lot. We looking hard for any load for you. They explain everything. Even you don't have load for 1 day or sometimes for 2 days,
Accountability
but
matters.
stick update you.
Yes,
That's feel you better, feel you comfortable, feel you someone always looking for something for you.
exactly.
Always they know. I like this word when they say, we are far from your family, you won't make something for them. This word you don't heard it just from the real friend, real brother, real family. So the dispatchers make the job is very easy.
Yes, we have done a lot of work in that sense to establish a company culture here and put
Yeah.
both dispatch team and our drivers on one page and make them all realize what challenges they share together and how their role helps each other to make things work out well.
I want to mention something here also,
Mhm.
if you don't.
Sure.
In December, I take a leave for 2 months. My father in Iraq face very real ailing. He get cancer. So I call Alman that time, and I don't remember which one also. So I told him I need to travel to Iraq to being very close to my father. So even I there in Iraq without job, without loads, without anything, but they keep in touch with me by emails. How is the father? How he been? Please update us. If you need anything, in our culture, in my culture, if anyone told you if you need anything in the bad time, that means something very big, something for.
Yes, yes.
So I'm told you I'm out the work. I've been out of the insurance for 2 months. I've been there in my country. Maybe I return back, maybe not, but they still in touch.
Yes, yes. This is because we care about our drivers. When I say care, this is not a business care. It's a
No,
true feeling that we're trying to
yeah,
establish. We're trying to meet each other, and as we progress with that process, we all become more connected. We become more efficient. It reflects on our cooperation. It reflects on how we deal with the most difficult and most challenging situations out there. You mentioned Ahmed Dar Nasser earlier.
yeah.
Friendships, they're worth gold. We all like making friends. Now, I wanna ask this because driving is a very interesting job, and I know you guys sometimes come across each other out there. Did you ever have a
Mhm.
chance to come across other BHX drivers on the road? And if so, did you make any connection with them?
Honestly, no. But I heard the stories from Ahmed. Ahmed, he liked to make a new friendship. I'm not. I always
Are you
stick
a
in
bit of
my
a are you a
vehicle.
bit of a closed type, not so
Yeah,
easy on making new connections?
yeah. I'm very slowly in the first step. Anyone came to me say anything. Sometimes, so I remember one driver. I don't remember which company. He asked me about the rate of the load, and he say I heard a lot of good thing about BH. I told him you can apply. There is a website. This is the phone number if you want to contact them. That's the only conversation I remember.
Seems that you have a hidden talent of recruiting, Omar. Am I right when I say this?
Yes, yes, you
Speaking
deserve that.
more, speaking more on that, I want to get onto that personal side as well. We have gone through the work side a little.
Yeah.
I want to know more about you as Omar. We already know that what time you moved into United States. We know what
Mhm.
has led to that decision. I want to know more about you. How do you spend your free time? What kind of hobbies do you have when you're not out there on the road? What kind of
Mhm.
things are you interested in?
You know, I'm very close to my family there in the country, in my country of origin. So most of my time I speak. with my mother, with my father, with my brothers, with my friend there, and also my family here. But really, if I'm parking, I'm not on phone. I like phone games.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've
yes.
heard this before from some drivers. Now, I'm a former gamer. I'm 28 years old. I've kind of left that thing behind, but from time to time, I like to dig in and revive some
Yeah.
memories. But I gotta ask you this: what are your favorite games out there?
Before, I am very good player on Viva, on PlayStation. Now I'm going with I forget it. Just give me a minute. Call of Duty.
So you
Hello?
said Call of
Yeah.
Call of Duty is your favorite choice at this time.
Yes. My favorite. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, nice. It seems like you're more into these action military style games. Is that right?
Yeah. I have military background.
Right.
Very
That
good. Very good background.
that explains it. So following this background, I'm expecting that, in a couple of months you might as well jump into truck simulators or something like that. Is that a good prediction?
Yeah.
I do that, man. Like this job, it created some passion, right, for me. And even in my off time, I like to do stuff that are related to the job. And even when it's about gaming, I do some of these truck simulators to kind of try to recreate this experience from driver's perspective. That's good to know, Omar. When you're out there on the road, who do you find from your circles to be the biggest support for you out there?
Fair, absolutely fair. In the first place, my wife, always 24 hours. Sometimes if I have a night driving, long night driving, he stick with me until I parking. I also my mother, always she praying for me. So I think these two people's always supporting me, and they give me always all kind of support.
Right. Very
Yeah,
good. Very good to see that you have people who stand behind you apart from
yeah.
just the BHX dispatch team. When you're out there on the road, it's very important to have that. Out of all places that you have been to, Omar,
Mm.
if you had to pick one favorite trip or one favorite load, let's say, what trip would that be and why? What kind of memories do you keep from that trip?
I all US it's like similar, but in my perspective, I don't like the West. I like the central and the eastern state, and the most favorite load for me if I go on one. I remember when I go many times happen when I go into the load from here to Canada or from Canada to US. And the road I get my second load. So this is my favorite trip when I make it. But if you being specific in which city, I like Chicago and Ohio, especially Chicago, because I found a very wonderful and beautiful Arabic restaurant there.
Oh, so the restaurants are the key. Are
Uh,
you a big food lover? Is that what it is?
I eat one meal a day. But I eat it. I choose my meal.
Mhm.
I like rice very very much. Anything with rice, I like it. So you don't find rice just in the Arabic restaurant or the Mediterranean restaurant.
Mhm.
So always I looking for it.
Nice, nice. I
Yeah.
actually know there are a couple of different meals in the Arab world which are made with rice included in. So
Mm.
there
Yeah.
there is there is a big popularity when it comes to rice and certain meal
Yeah.
groups. Omar, you said Chicago. I frequently hear from people that they try to kind of stay away from Chicago because of its size, because of its noise, because of its traffic. Are the restaurants the only reason why you like Chicago, or is there something more to
Yes.
it?
No. The only yeah, just because the restaurant. But if you're talking about the nature of the, I remember which state it's. I think Georgia.
Mhm.
Georgia. Georgia, they have a beach here.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I think Georgia, it's very beautiful nature and very beautiful state. I visited like 3 times or 4 times. I cannot say Virginia because I already live in Virginia. But if you
That would be that would be unfair. Speaking of
yeah,
speaking of Georgia, I believe you have been to Atlanta and you mentioned the coast, so I assume you have been to Savannah as well. Is that right?
Savannah, yes, Savannah, yeah,
There we go. There we go.
yeah,
That's nice to hear. There is, in this driving job, there is this segment of the adventure and exploration. And because America is very big, it's very diverse in terms of what you're
yes.
gonna see and what you're gonna experience. Different terrains, different climate, different conditions. So it's a pretty interesting place to discover. You have been to Saskatoon in the past, right?
No, today
No?
we negotiate about this load, but I don't think get it. But I going to Manitoba. Yeah, this is the farthest thing I visited in Canada.
Right. Speaking of Saskatoon, since we're at that negotiating point, right? I don't know
Yeah,
if this is going to help the negotiation process, but I want to tell you this. They have,
yeah.
I've heard it from a couple of drivers before, they have really good restaurants up there. So if it's about food, I would say, give it a shot someday.
Yeah, I take the dispatcher. I don't remember who called me. I get I okay, I take it. By the way, all Canada they have in each state in Canada they have Mediterranean restaurant, especially Syrian and Lebanon restaurant. A lot. The shawarma and all this kind of food.
Right. I've also heard they have a lot of Indian restaurants up in Saskatoon, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
saying they're very
yeah.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the city in Ontario? Yes, Saskatoon. It's very famous with the restaurant in Ontario. I don't remember the name of the
London,
of
London, Gulf,
no,
Mississauga. No,
Mississauga. Yes, Mississauga is
Mississauga.
near to Toronto. Yes, Mississauga. You have a lot of restaurants of Arabic or Mediterranean in general.
That's one thing to know about you. So when we're looking for loads, we're gonna try to explore what kind of restaurants we have in the area, and we know that's gonna do the trick. um,
Good one. Put it in the system.
I will. I'm gonna put the note food, food. um, on another point, Omar, you have been outstanding when it comes to safety driving. You have done a great job when it comes to communicating the load progress with our team here, and I wanna get behind this excellence. I wanna get behind the way how you operate
Yeah.
as a driver. Now we're just getting out of the winter period of the year. We're now into spring. Conditions are still kind of adjusting out there, but we all know, this part of the year can pose serious challenges in terms of road conditions and weather for the drivers. What's your approach to this? How do you deal with the difficult conditions? What's your strategy? How do you balance the load progress and everything, all kind of barriers that you face out there?
You're talking about the difficulties about the weather or in general?
In general, but mostly tying it up to the weather because we're just coming out of a critical part of the year, which is the winter.
I return to the work. I take a long leave when I travel to my country.
Mhm.
So I return back work at the end of February. So almost the weather has changed, the coldest and the snow. I faced twice time very bad condition when I came from Manitoba to the North Dakota.
Mhm.
On so I really it's first time for me going through this kind of this weather condition. First time in our country, we don't have like this kind of weather. So I I drive slowly. Absolutely, I update the dispatch about maybe the delay. I remember I came empty from Manitoba to North Dakota for pickup to I don't remember in which state for delivery, but I update them. I drive slowly. When I make the pickup, the storm being very, very difficult and very bad. So Also, I update the dispatch, and we parking for I remember between 3 and 4 hours until the storm is going and the road is clear, and continue to the
And how
road.
does that communication between you and dispatch in those situations go? Are you content with the advices and tips that we provide when a driver finds himself, particularly you, when you found yourself in that situation with the weather?
I like always the one sentence on the words they say it. The safety, your safety, it's in the first place. So I like this one really, because when you see someone care about your safety, so you're working hard, you feel better, you feel safety.
Exactly.
So it's going smoothly, alhamdulillah, it's finished. And another road is very also, it's iced. The road is iced, the storm is very, very bad. When I take a load from Ohio going to Ontario in Michigan, before I cross to the border, the storm is very bad. I take a picture, I update the broker, and that time the load delay 1 day because it's very bad situation. So the dispatch is very understanding. He's very support. He update the broker and make a new appointment, and also the whole situation going very smoothly. And in the end of the day, the load is safe, and me also going safely. So
Right.
when we work in this environment, in this situation, all kind of support, I think you don't care about the time, how many driving, because you find people support you. So
It
that's the reason
makes
maybe
right. It makes
we
the
doing
whole
our job.
yeah, the whole process
Yeah,
becomes much smoother and more comfortable for you out there when you know that someone is carefully and closely watching over what's
yeah.
affecting you and how you're progressing through that situation. That's a very good one. Considering the traffic itself, I've heard this from many drivers before. Some people around us in traffic are reckless. Some roads, particularly as you go into remote parts of the country, might get critical in terms of the conditions. How do you comment on this? How do you keep yourself safe and away from trouble in these circumstances?
I think the worst city, I think all drivers agree with me. The worst city in this situation is New York. Really, the drivers, I gone once time to New York City, and I never gone there again, because uh, like you going through the war, real war, not going to driving smoothly or driving normal driving. So I think this is the city is most difficult, but as you mentioned before, Chicago also is traffic.
But I would say New York is
Always
much
is.
more crowded, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What we make, we being very very careful. Always we take the right lane from the from the road, not in the middle. Say, and if you found someone, he's, let's say, play on road, or he reckless or something like this, you'll be far from him. Absolutely, being very.
So my impression here is that when we talk about New York City, it's like a sword, double-edged sword. It's nice to be a visitor there. There's a lot to see, but it's not particularly good to be a driver over there, right?
No,
Right.
especially in this kind of vehicle. It's with the load, the brake is different, the space is different,
Mhm.
everything is different. So not in the small, like say civilian car or vehicle, it's not, it's different.
Right.
The driving in the civilian car and the cargo van, especially with the load, with the weight of load. So
Indeed.
always be careful. I think careful and minimum the speed. I think always being the solution for all problems.
Mhm. Right. That's very true what you've said about New York, and it does make it for a challenge for many drivers out there. I will get back to the personal side a little bit.
Mhm.
See, I'm a huge fan of soccer. I follow basketball. I follow martial arts. I follow formula racing. I follow a lot of smaller sports as well. I want to know, Omar,
Mhm.
what do you follow? Are you interested in any of these? And particularly as you moved into
Yeah,
United States, there some
yeah.
of these sports are part of the culture there.
I'll be honest with you. I came here. I'm on almost 40, so it's not the age you make a new sport or you support you be fan in you. I have my sport. I'm very big fan on the soccer. I'm before I've been very good player, very good player in soccer in Iraq or all the Middle East. The always the soccer came in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm big fan. We have a local club. We always encourage him and support him. But if you're talking about international level, I am very big fan and supportive for Real Madrid. I like them
Ju-
like one of my I like my son or like my my daughter. Same level, very. When they lose any match, I've been very bad, really very bad.
I'm
Sometimes
a
don't eat.
I'm a Galacticos as well, so I feel you totally. And I was gonna say, what Omar just said is absolutely 100% true. From the time I've spent in Middle East, it is true that you can actually categorize everyone living over there into one of the two groups. They're either supporter of Real Madrid or they
Oh,
support
Barcelona.
Barcelona. That's how you can categorize people over there. They
Yeah,
have so much
yeah,
passion for the El Clasico.
that's it.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. And there is a lot of stories about maybe there is sometimes fighting, sometimes being very violent in the cafe on about the when the especially in the when they play against together.
Right, right.
So I'm going to gym a lot before.
Mhm.
I like gym very much, but now its condition is different. It's not the gym you need to go in every day.
Yes.
Yeah, but now it's different. I
Did
never
you
go
uh,
to
did
gym.
you try to establish any training fitness schedule as a driver? Like, did you give it a shot? Did it work
Yeah,
out?
let's say I follow kind of diet in my eat, and I when I have any any space or any time, I walk. I walk around the truck stop. I walk sometimes around my van. Always the walk is very useful for us because we spend a lot of time behind the wheel. So that's that's what
I
can
mean,
I
it's
do.
good.
Sometimes for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but it's good for blood circulation. It's good for the
Yeah,
overall
yeah,
mental
absolutely.
feeling of how you're dealing with that situation. It's very important to stretch yourself a little in this particular job. Omar, just before we move on, can Real Madrid win the Champions League again?
I think this champion should be changed the name, not Champions League. They say that they should change it to Real Madrid. You know how many times they take it, my brother.
I don't think there is enough
How
space
many times?
above the logo to put all the stars, right?
This champion like Real Madrid. This especially Champions League like Real Madrid very much. And I think you remember not last year, before it when they win of Liverpool, and before it when they win Atletico Madrid in the last time. So this time for us also, inshallah.
I look forward to that, man. And I was pretty much telling a very similar thing to my friends when we watched the match versus Chelsea last week.
Mhm.
Chelsea had the lead, and people were expecting, okay, that's it, Real Madrid is out. I told them, look, guys, Real Madrid has a DNA for this tournament. Okay, they know they
That's
know
right.
how to win these games. No team on the
Yeah.
world knows that. It's in the blood, simply.
Especially with Ancelotti. Especially with
Yes,
Ancelotti.
yes.
This guy is it's something big in the
He
soccer ball.
is. He is. I mean, he's
Uh,
coaching ever since I started following soccer. But back in the day, he used to be with AC Milan.
you
So
you saw the match with Ishbia before yesterday, and the last
yes,
time Real Madrid all posted, all the media say Real Madrid is out. He lose the match. But what happened in the last time?
tradition
There,
strikes again, right?
there is a fighter. They forget there is a Benzema there.
Yes, yes, he's such a great team leader. I mean, every
Oh,
team in
yeah,
every segment they have their own leaders, and he's one prime example
yeah.
of that. Omar, a lot of people are gonna see this conversation.
Hmm.
I'm talking about the BHX management, the BHX dispatch, likely their family and friends, a lot of BHX drivers as well, a lot of people, general public who follow BHX. And all eyes are on you right now. I want to know what kind of message would you like to send to all of them out there?
Yes, I won't say that before a long time or after I started, after a couple of months. The easy thing and the honest thing, I won't say thank you. Really big thank you. And alhamdulillah, someone lead me to this company and this all the people work in this company. I don't know my colleague, my drivers, I don't know them well, but my in touch with the dispatcher, even with the Aldine, I talk with him couple times, or Alma, I talk with her couple times about the admin thing, and all people supportive, all people helpful, all people advise me to the best, and I make a lot of things for myself in this show. You know, if you can count it, I work 3 months in the last year
Mhm.
and 3 months in this year, but I make something for me and my family. I want to say thank you very much for the hard job and for help us, support us in everything. And I hope we met together and eat together, talk together face to face in the future, inshallah.
Absolutely. I hope the same. And that was a really wonderful way to wrap it up all together. Omar,
Mhm.
thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your dedication, commitment. It is highly appreciated. And we wish you the absolute best in the coming weeks and months with BHX as well. Keep doing your
Thank you.
thing. Keep doing your thing. We will be there at disposal if any assistance and support is needed 24/7, 365 days a year
Mm.
at all times. And thank you for joining us today for this show. It was such a pleasure to spend a bit of time with you and discuss everything that we have discussed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had Omar Altheyabat live from Kutztown, Pennsylvania with us today. Thank you for tuning into the show. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we will all meet again next week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you, Vidal.